Hi folks, hope you're doing well. It's 4:45 p.m. on the 2nd of July 2020. This is another video about the r/, the a-hole one. This is, I killed a girl, should I attend her funeral? Oh jeez. There's some stories in this one that oh my lord. I mean, this actual story itself, the bloke was a drug addict. He'd also been a drug dealer. He met a girl called Marcy, and she loved him even though she knew who he was. And he was the one that first encouraged her to use drugs. Well, she stuck with him probably because he was her dealer. That's what he says. A few years later, he gets clean, and a while later, I'm not sure if it's years or months, he gets clean. And then a few years later, she contacts him saying that she's now clean. She hopes that he's clean. She's forgiven him for getting involved in it. She doesn't blame him for that. It was her decision. Then a few weeks later, you got a message from his sister. Macy had died of an overdose. She killed herself with drugs. Ugh. Awful. Terrible situation. Absolutely awful. So this chap is asking the question. He wants to go to a funeral. He feels all this guilt because he got her into drugs. You know, for the rest of his life now, he's got that situation where she's dead because he introduced her to drugs. Even though he's clean, even though he will hopefully be clean for the rest of his life now, he will somehow be able to move forward. That's always going to be there for him. It's one of the consequences of being a drug dealer and a drug user, isn't it, really? Yeah, which is awful. A life lost. A drug overdose. The waste of a young life. The pain of the parents of that girl. And the family of that girl. The absolute explosion of pain and loss. That's only one of them. The story before that one was nearly as bad. I'll link the video. It's well worth a watch. Some of these ones by r/, you've got revenge ones, you've got nuclear revenge, pro revenge, you've got am I the a-hole, those ones. You've got the Karen ones, entitled parents. He covers quite a lot, and it's all stuff that he's seen on Reddit. But ones like this, and the one beforehand starts with an 18-year-old boy saying he hates his sister. His sister is disabled mentally, psychiatrically disabled, and he hates her. That's how he starts off. And yeah, well worth listening to. So I'll link that one. I just say these are examples of real life and real pain. So this is why the offended generation just enraged me, because you get offended over what exactly? Yeah, this is real life. This girl died of a drug overdose. And there's reasons why drugs are prevalent and why drugs are an issue. There's political reasons why these things are the case. There's sociological reasons why these things are happening. Why kids are dying left, right, and centre through drug overdoses. How these things could be stopped very simply, very easily, really. But where society just doesn't care because they're drug addicts. They've decided to throw away their life on drugs, so it doesn't matter. But they're somebody's son or daughter, or father or mother, sister or brother. It's an awful thing. For that buzz, that escape from reality, that high, you lose your knife because of it. One knife is all you get. That's it. There's no other, there's no karma and all that stuff where you come back as something else. That's it, one knife. That's all you get. Oh, it's terrible. Absolutely awful situation. I can understand the man wanting to go to the funeral. I really can. It was someone he cared for. 2 weeks later, she had said she was. 2 weeks earlier, she said she was clean. Weirdly, isn't it? That can happen so often. How many times do you hear that story? That someone's taking drugs for years and years and years and years, doesn't overdose at all. Then they're clean for a while, and then the first time they use again, they overdose and die. And they pretty much got the stuff out of their body, so next time they use, their body just is too much for it now. What used to be the body would cope with because it was used to it, now because they've had it out of their system, it's the thing that destroys them. At least that seems to be what's happening. But it's happening so many times. I mean, of course, it happens with people taking drugs every day. They can overdose as well. It's a awful situation. But that's why you look at society now when they're saying obesity is attractive. Being overweight and very overweight is attractive. Even though we know medically and physically the person is basically committing suicide just slowly. The amount that they're going to cost the health service, or I mean, if they live in a country like America, they haven't got a health service. And their insurance company probably won't pay for illnesses as a result of obesity. And there's going to be loads. You will quite likely need your knees replaced, your hips replaced. You're putting your heart and lungs under tremendous pressure. Even your skin. We even know that with corona is more likely to kill people that are obese. Your immune system is weaker because of it. And we're supposed to say, yeah, it's attractive. To spare people's feelings because they've chosen a dysfunctional way of life, and that's okay. It's beautiful. Look, the person itself, the person is still beautiful. The person still has beautiful qualities, but the obesity itself is not beautiful. It's ugly. Because what it does to that person is ugly. Even if that person accepts themselves and loves themselves for who they are, which most people that are obese don't. Most people that are obese hate themselves. There's nothing attractive about that in any way, shape, or form. Drug addiction and obesity is pretty much the same. You're both choosing a dysfunctional way of life and addicted to different things that will potentially kill you far younger than what you need to go. So sad. Such a sad thing, especially that story. It's so sad. Yeah. The girl had got clean. Oh well. There you go. Short video. Nothing more to say about that issue, really. I will link the video to it. I'll put it in the description, so please watch it. Support his channel. Yeah. It's that particular video is definitely worth a listen to and a watch. Yeah, very, very powerful indeed. Really powerful. So there you go. You take care. God bless. Bye bye.